YouTubers, got another video review for you this week. I just happened to be scrolling through Facebook and I come across an ad for a company called GAMA SONIC. Never heard of them before, and I thought, well, let's take a look, see what they're offering. They had some lights on there, and so I scrolled through and I found a light that I thought would be great for the end of the house, because I live out in the country, and on the far end of the house there's no electricity over there. So I figured it'd be nice to be able to light up the backyard, and I got one of their lights. And so anyways, I was really impressed with it. I've already installed it, but I put it back in the box so you guys could see the unboxing and all this kind of stuff. I already tested it just to see how bright it was, and it's pretty amazing. First things first, I normally don't do unboxings, but I figured since they did such a good job with the packaging and all that, I figured I would show it so you don't have to worry that if you order a light, it's going to come to you delivered broke or something tore up on it. But when I got the package in the mail, it came in another cardboard box, and it had this cardboard box inside that other one, and then it has your instructions, and then I don't know if you guys can see this, but it has like bubble wrap packing material all around the end, all the way down the side. And then on the inside of the box, it's got packing in there as well. And then your hardware, and that's pretty much it. Then I got everything out of the box. I just wanted to show you all the different pieces. And you can see right here at the very top, this is the solar panel. And I gotta say, it's pretty big. It's as long as my arm there. Now here on the bottom, you can see that it's got your LEDs right in here. And it has a little LED lights on the inside that kind of tells you the amount of charge that it has and what percentage of charge that it has. And then right here on this area, it has like a weatherproof, like a silicone or rubber boot that goes over the switch where you turn it on and off. And if you look right in here, it has a passive infrared sensor. So if you get too close to it, you can set it to where it'll turn on with a motion, or you can also set it to where it stays on all the time. So it's got some pretty cool features. The way that you mount it is you can mount it to a flat surface, or if you have some sort of pole that you want to mount it to, which that's the way I'm going to be mounting it in the video here, but you can take and mount it to a pole, and you just mount the two pieces together like that, and then you put your hardware in and tighten it all up. Also, it comes with all your hardware that you're going to need to install it. Now, if you're going to mount it to a flat surface, then they provide you with screws and wall anchors. So you can use the wall anchors, or you can just use the screws, or you can use both, whichever you prefer. And then they also provide you with some bolts. And it looks like it's all high quality hardware. It doesn't seem cheap at all. Trust me, I've put together some stuff that was really, really cheap, and this all the hardware seems really nice with this. Comes with an Allen key head on the end of the bolt. Comes with a flat washer, a lot washer, and a nut. So it looks to be stainless steel. Don't hold me to that, but I'm pretty sure the hardware is stainless. As far as the light itself, there's really no maintenance to it. They said that every once in a while you want to take and wipe off the top of the solar panel. Let's say if your house gets mold or mildew or it gets dirty, you just take a wet rag and wipe the solar panel off. That way it can pick up all the energy from the sun more efficiently with a nice clean solar panel. Now in a few years, I'm sure that the battery on the inside is going to wear down, and it's going to need a new battery. When I was looking through the manual, it did say that you can take the light apart and replace the battery on the inside. So you can see right in here, it's got screws. You would just pull those screws out and replace the battery. And I know a lot of times these batteries aren't very much. That is pretty nice to be able to replace that battery and be able to use this light for a long time. Now, as far as the color of the ABS plastic case, it is like a medium gray, and it looks pretty nice. It is a very strong unit. One thing I do have to comment on is the rigidity of the plastic. It's made out of like an ABS resin, so this plastic is extremely hard. I mean, I'm telling you, I can push on that bracket right there and it doesn't flex at all. It's not cheaply made. It feels like it's really high quality. And like I said, I've been using it and it seems like it's a really well-made piece. I wanted to touch on the different modes real quick. And this thing has like an on mode, and right there is that switch that I was telling you about. So to put it on, you push it over to this side, and then once it goes on, then it stays at 500 lumens, and it won't go off unless you want it to. You can set it to where it has a timer right in here, so it has 0, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So what that means is you can set it on a 4-hour timer to go off all the way up to 8 hours. Or if you want it to be set to dusk till dawn, you can just set it to 0. And so it'll come on and go off when it's supposed to. So when the light is set to the on and off, the dusk till dawn feature, it puts out 500 lumens of light. So that's pretty bright, you know, that's quite a bit of light. But you know, whenever you set it to where it picks up for the infrared sensor right there, if somebody walks up and it gets picked up by the sensor, then it puts out 1440 lumens. So it's substantially brighter. I'll go ahead and show you what that looks like. You can see that is a lot brighter compared to that right there. So once again, if it's set to dusk till dawn or set to the timer, you're going to get 500 lumens. And if you've got it set to where it's going to go off by the sensor, it puts out 1440 lumens. The light color on this light is like a bright light. It's a 6000 Kelvin, so it's not a real yellow light, and it's more of like a brighter white. Now I'm going to flip the light over, and again I'm going to show you the solar panel. This panel here is a monocrystalline panel. It's a 10 watt actually, so that's a large panel. You know, 10 watts is pretty large. I actually have a 10 watt panel that charges my lawnmower battery when I'm not using it, and it does a great job. So I can only imagine how well this thing does as far as keeping the internal lithium ion battery on the inside nice and charged. Now it says that it's good for up to 150 cycles per night, and what that means is, let's say somebody walks by the sensor and sets it off, it says that it can do that up to 150 times. So, you know, let's say it's been raining outside for a week and you hadn't got a whole lot of sun, you might not get 150, but you know, that's what they recommend that it's good for. But like I said, I've not had any problems with it. Every time I've been around it, it goes off, and it picks up a long ways away, and it does put out a substantial amount of light. Trust me, if you're in a situation like I am where there's no electricity, you're gonna love this light. So I'm gonna quit jabbering, and I'm gonna take you guys outside, and I'll just show you how it works and all that. There's really no need for me to show you how to install it. I'm going to be mounting it to a pole, so I'm just going to use this bracket here, and I'm going to have the pole here in the middle. I'm going to sandwich the brackets together on the pole and put the hardware through there, and I'm just going to pretty much do a test and show you how it performs. So stay tuned. All right, guys. Well, I'm out here on the back porch, and you can see I've got a flashlight because it's super dark out here, and I'm just going to show you the light. I've got it mounted on just a pole that our TV antenna is mounted on. I'm just using it for demonstrative purposes only. I'm sorry it's cold out here, so might get a little tongue twisted, but I wanted to mount it up here where I can move it and turn the switch on and off and show you guys the different settings and be able to move it around. So that's why I mounted it right up in here. It is mounted about 10 feet off the ground, so I'm going to go ahead and turn it on, and I'm going to turn it on the low mode just to show you how much light it puts out on low. So stay tuned. Let me turn my flashlight off. You can see, you know, it puts out quite a bit of light. I mean, if I stand up underneath it, it puts out a lot of light. Most of the light is shining up here on the deck, but I can turn the light and shine it down here in the yard and show you just how bright it is. All right, so you can see right here, this is the low setting. It's putting out 500 lumens of light, and that's quite a bit to light up the backyard area. It puts out about a 50-foot path of light, and you know, it's fairly bright. Now, once I kick it up to the next level, you're gonna be like, wow, that is really, really bright. So stay tuned. I'm gonna turn it on and put it on high, and it's gonna put out 1440 lumens. I mean, that is a tremendous difference. Now, this feature, this light feature right here, it puts out a lot of light. I mean, literally. I mean, you can see that's a tremendous amount of light. And I would say that it puts out, gosh, probably 100 foot. Just guessing. I mean, I can see the woods over there. You guys might not be able to see it by picking it. The camera's probably not picking it up, but I can see the woods over there, and I can see all the way over past the tree behind you. So I'm gonna turn the light on low again. That's low, just to give you an idea. And again, the camera's never gonna pick up the amount of light that this thing really puts out. And then I'm gonna go ahead and switch it to high. You can see it way out in the yard, and you can definitely see my bald head up underneath the light. And like I said, it's not going to show on the camera just how much light this thing puts out, but it puts out a tremendous amount. It would definitely light up the whole end of a house. You know, if you mounted it up even higher, it's going to put out a wider path of light that shines down. But you know, I'm really happy with it. You can easily see in your backyard to do what you need to do, you know. Now I just wanted to give you guys a far away shot so you could really see. I mean, it lights up most of the back deck here. And again, you know, the light's only about 10 feet off the ground, so you know, if I raised it up another 4 or 5 feet, that it would cover more area. Man, it's pretty impressive for a solar light. Now, as you've seen, it just turned off, and I'm gonna walk up on it, show you the infrared sensor. You can see that it come on, and I'm a good, I don't know, 15 feet from the light. So, you know, if somebody wants to try to come up in the yard or whatever, or animals come up in the yard, it'll go off and give you some light. All right, guys, so I'm out in the yard. I'm fixing to walk up on the light just to show you how sensitive the infrared sensor is. Now I'm gonna use the flashlight so I can see where I'm going. So I don't want to trip out here and fall, but just watch and I'll show you how sensitive that sensor really is. You can see where I'm at. I'm still got a good 15 feet from the sensor. And you know, again, this thing puts out a lot of light. It's out enough light where you can see what's going on in your backyard. All right, guys, now I'm back in the house. It's a lot warmer in here than it was outside, that's for certain. And I just wanted to run you through real quick some of the stuff that it says on the box. Now, it says that it has a 140-degree detection zone. So meaning if somebody comes up from the side or whatever, it can still pick them up. You know, it's not going to be 180 degrees, but it's 140. So that it's still quite a bit. If you have it mounted up to the side of the house and somebody walks up, you know, it's going to most likely pick them up. It does say that it can pick them up from up to 40 feet away. Now, it does say up to 40 feet away. So it's perfect conditions on that infrared sensor. You know, if you're not exactly right up, it might not pick up 40 feet. You know, you just got to be in that zone to where it's able to pick it up just right. But as far as everything working great, I gotta say it's a great light. It's very bright, and you know, holds a long charge. Don't have to worry about the battery going dead. and it's easy to install. Now, as you've seen, I just threw it up outside on just a little 1 5/8" antenna pole, but it's recommended that you put it on a 2 to 3 inch diameter pole, something like a larger fence post, or like I said, you can flat mount it on the side of a house, but make sure that you mount it to where the solar panel can get a good amount of sunlight. So anyways, as far as the light, very impressed with it. It's made by GAMA SONIC. You see their name right there. I'll put their name and link to their website down below in the description. You guys can check that out. Appreciate you watching my channel. This is not a paid review. They didn't pay me any money. I just did the review on it because I thought it was a nice light and seems to work well. The dimensions and all that will also be in the description down below, so you can see all that. And again, check out their website. They have a bunch of other lights as well, of all different sorts of lights. So check out their website. Make sure you like and subscribe to my channel. And thanks again for watching. Have a good one.